Breaking Barcelona news. The Catalan Giants are reportedly in advanced talks to play a December friendly against the Peru national team. After their Miami plans fell through, this deal could bring in 7 to 8 million euros and feature most of Barcelona's first-team stars. But that's not all. Lamine Yamal is still making headlines after the El Clásico melee with Real Madrid, and experts like Carlos Rexach and Marco van Basten are calling for a positional change to unlock his potential. Meanwhile, Dani Olmo's injury situation is under close monitoring as sporting director Deco meets his agent to plan a full recovery. Stay tuned as we break down all the latest updates, transfers, injuries, and insider details from Camp Nou. Barcelona in advanced talks over December friendly with Peru national team, a report. According to a recent report from Sport, FC Barcelona are in the final stages of negotiations to play a friendly match in Peru this December. The proposal on the table is said to be financially irresistible, especially after the club's earlier plans to play in Miami against Villarreal fell through. That particular fixture was expected to bring in approximately 6 million euros, so the new opportunity comes at an ideal time for the club's finances. The initial news was revealed earlier this month by journalist Gustavo Peralta, who explained that discussions were well underway. If Barcelona ends up moving up the paperwork, the December match would be against the Peruvian national team. It's not a FIFA date. I understand that the plan is to play against the Peruvian national team. There would be some names that we could see, he wrote. How will Barcelona pull this off? Barcelona are negotiating directly with a wealthy Peruvian businessman who is keen on bringing the Catalan Giants to Lima for the special fixture. The idea is to host the match at the National Stadium, featuring most of the club's first-team stars. Initially, talks suggested that Barcelona might face Universitario or even Alianza Lima, two of Peru's biggest clubs. However, recent negotiations appear to have shifted focus toward the Peruvian national team. Since it will not fall under an official FIFA window, the national team could take advantage of the occasion to test several young prospects. What about the finances? Financially, this deal looks promising. Reports suggest that Barcelona could earn between €7 and €8 million from the trip. President Joan Laporta has reportedly already informed the coaching staff and players about the potential match and its lucrative upside. However, final approval will depend on discussions between Barcelona, the Spanish football authorities, and the AFE, Spanish Players Association. Real Madrid ran out 2-1 winners in El Clásico on Sunday, a victory that was as important for Los Blancos mentally as it was in the title race. The Santiago Bernabéu saw an especially fired-up Real Madrid side for the visit of Barcelona, as they looked to snap a 4-game losing streak. Before the match though, all of the attention was on Lamine Yamal, after his comments accusing Real Madrid of robbing decisions and impacting on officials went viral. The 18-year-old's assertions went down poorly in the capital, and already before the match, there was talk that veteran Spain teammate Dani Carvajal was going to have some choice words for Lamine Yamal after the match. Lamine Yamal involved in melee at the end of El Clásico. The 33-year-old was not lying. After an exchange of pleasantries between Lamine Yamal and Carvajal, the Barcelona star turned back for some more. However, as soon as he did so, he found himself confronted by a wall of Real Madrid players keen to give him their own thoughts on his declarations. During the heated El Clásico, a tense exchange occurred between Dani Carvajal and Lamine Yamal. Carvajal was seen telling Yamal, "You talk too much," to which Yamal replied, "Same goes for you." The confrontation quickly escalated, leading to several yellow cards and Vinicius Jr. being escorted off the pitch. Interestingly, after the match, the mood in the Real Madrid dressing room had softened. According to El Chiringuito, the most repeated phrase was apparently, "Thank you, Lamine Yamal," as Madrid players felt Yamal's pre-match comments gave them extra motivation to push for victory. On the tactical side, Barcelona are again considering adjusting Yamal's position. Hansi Flick has been advised to try him in a more central role to maximize his impact. Football legends like Marco van Basten and former Barcelona coach Carlos Rexach have both suggested that Yamal could thrive more in the middle of the pitch rather than on the wing, allowing him to touch the ball more often and influence the game better. I wouldn't mind a change of position for Lamine. I once told my son I'd put Dembélé at center forward, and now Luis Enrique has put him at PSG and he keeps scoring goals, he wrote in his column for Mundo Deportivo. I think Lamine would also enjoy it more and he'd also touch the ball more in that position. Sometimes on the wing you don't touch the ball. Although it's true that it might solve one problem and we'd have another. Rexach also offered some advice for Yamal after he was targeted by Real Madrid players following his comments before the match. I think Lamine got himself into a mess he didn't have to get into in the days leading up to El Clásico with his statements. He added, I get the feeling he likes to be in every situation here, there, but I don't think that's doing him any good. As a friend, I give him Vinicius as an example, who's very good but has managed to upset even his own fans. Barcelona midfielder could undergo new tests to find cause of injuries as Deco meets agent. Barcelona sporting director, Deco, continues to be a busy man despite the transfer window being closed. After it was reported that the former Portugal international met with the agent of Barca winger Rooney Bargi, it has now emerged that Deco held talks with the representative of another player from the first team today. Deco meets Dani Olmo's agent. Indeed, according to Sport, Deco met with Dani Olmo's agent, Andy Barra, in Barcelona to review the injured midfielder's current situation and lay a roadmap for his recovery. The Spanish international has been struggling with a series of injuries this season, though both the club and his camp remain calm. If his progress continues, he could be back on the pitch within a week or two. As per the report, the meeting was positive, reflecting the strong relationship between the parties. But at the same time, there is a clear intention to identify precisely the source of his recurring injury issues. Barcelona sporting director, Deco, continues to be a busy man despite the transfer window being closed. After it was reported that the former Portugal international met with the agent of Barca winger Rooney Bargi, it has now emerged that Deco held talks with the representative of another player from the first team today. Deco meets Dani Olmo's agent. Indeed, according to Sport, Deco met with Dani Olmo's agent, Andy Barra, in Barcelona to review the injured midfielder's current situation and lay a roadmap for his recovery. The Spanish international has been struggling with a series of injuries this season, though both the club and his camp remain calm. If his progress continues, he could be back on the pitch within a week or two. As per the report, the meeting was positive, reflecting the strong relationship between the parties. But at the same time, there is a clear intention to identify precisely the source of his recurring injury issues. To that end, Barcelona might carry out additional physical examinations along with a possible comprehensive assessment to identify any new factors that may have emerged in recent months and to design a tailored preventive plan for Olmo. It is worth noting that a year ago, Olmo underwent a detailed physical assessment evaluating various muscular and bodily parameters, which helped adapt his training routines to his specific needs. However, given his muscle problems, particularly in the calf, have continued, new tests are not being ruled out in order to determine the underlying cause of his recurring injuries. Nothing has been confirmed yet, but it is seen as a viable option. Confidence remains in Olmo. Within Barcelona, there is full belief in Olmo's talent and importance to the team. The goal is to get him fully healthy and back to the level he showed last season, when he was a decisive player in the team's domestic treble triumph. Within the player's camp, there is natural concern about the situation, but also confidence that with proper management of workload and close coordination between the coaching staff and the medical department, the problem can be resolved. So here's the full picture. Barcelona could soon play Peru in a lucrative December friendly. Lamine Yamal remains a central talking point after El Clásico drama, and experts suggest a new position could boost his performance. Dani Olmo is being carefully monitored to ensure a full recovery from recurring injuries. Barcelona fans, what do you think about the friendly in Peru? And should Yamal be moved centrally to unlock his best form? Comment your thoughts below, like, subscribe, and stay tuned for all the latest Barcelona updates straight from Camp Nou.